What's up, YouTube? This is Danny. So it's September 16, 2019, Monday, and I'm going to make a quick video on how to develop a strategy or how to backtest a strategy that you think might work. I know a few people ask me, just asking me about how to find out if a strategy works or what to do. Um, And I feel like I have a few tips that I can give you for that to go ahead and back test at least for large caps. You can apply this to anything, but for large caps, that's I'm just gonna give you a quick an idea on what to do and how to go back in time and just um, kind of go back in time and find if you have an edge. I mean, that doesn't mean that that's gonna make you um, successful, profitable, but it definitely going to give you an edge. And then after that, you need to work on your on the psychology part, your mental part, and all that stuff. So before that, I took two trades today, actually a few trades, but um, just two trades. The first one was on Baba, really fast. So the idea on Baba was that you know, we one, two, triple top, quadruple top, and then this day it tried to squeeze, couldn't do it. Friday, it was just still hovering around the highs here, and today we gapped down here. So what I was watching was a push to this level, preferably this level here. There's enough distance for it to exhaust, um, and try to look for a short sell here. And that's exactly what I did. Looking at this, this guy's here, um, getting being underwater and looking to get out their positions, come out their sell their positions or cover their positions. Actually, sell their positions here, longs, and that's exactly what happened here. If we go on the intraday, we had a quick push. Adding short here. What I was waiting for, I was actually waiting. Like I said, I was waiting for a pop all the way up to this level, but it was just a little too much. It came down to VWAP and then it pushed up to the gap fill here. And then when it came down and tried to push up again, it couldn't do it. So I shorted here with my stop right above, and it was just a quick, as soon as it pushed down, I believe yeah, I cover around, I cover here, I cover right here, and that was it for it. Um, yeah, I mean hindsight, right? Look at that. And then I try to take another long right around here. And I thought it was going to go from on this level. It rejected, and I just took it out for break even, and that was it for the day. Um, these are these are the executions, short, long, and then this was just a fat finger there. Um, And then I took another trade on Facebook, but I'm not even gonna go over the trade because, like I said, I want to focus on what I on this on this video is mainly for on how can you backtest and find to see if you can find an edge. So today, I know if you haven't seen the video on the Deathline type of strategy that I follow for the large caps. Today kind of happened on SPY here. Um, I didn't take this trade, I'll be honest. I just didn't take it because fuck, I was already involved on Baba and Facebook, and I don't like to take more than one trade at a time. But this was a great trade right here. Pushed up, double top here. SPY. and then today it gapped down, it opened below this level. So same thing, right? Looking at this this 2 days longs, trying to looking for a breakout, gap down. So we're trying to push, waiting for a push up to this level, um, into these two levels to go for a short, and that's exactly what happened today, right? Market open right around here. You just wait for a level to hit. You're with the stop right above this other level, or if you want to add or whatever, and it give you a lot of opportunities. I didn't take any, even on this pop right here, right? So it was a great trade here, and that's what I. So let's pretend that we are trying to find an edge on this setup here, right? On For large caps, where we just call it where longs are trapped in an overextended stock here. The last time I showed you was on BABA, but it happens everywhere, right? So what you could do is I use a spreadsheet, some similar to this. Uh, I use a spreadsheet like this. Uh, a few things that I want to show, but I use a spreadsheet, and what I would do is I would go. I mean, the S&P 500 is 500 stocks. If you want to just trade this particular setup and nothing else, what you could do is just go over stocks that are overextended and that gap down, right? The gap gap down below a level where there's some sort of consolidation with at least two candles here, and just test them. Like for example, there's one here, right? Right, one, two, and this one could have worked. This one could have worked. Not sure, but it didn't quite gap below this level, right? So you could. That's what you could do. If we go to Baba. Right, Baba's a good example because we had a lot of those here, right? You start going over charts and you start seeing that we had one here, it gapped down, right? You see what happened, and then you create scenarios where like, okay, well, if it gaps down to a level like this, maybe I could wait for a push down. Um, if I don't have a pop, maybe a push down up to the VWAP, and for a wash, or that could be one scenario. The second scenario could be a pop to one of a level, and to short, like for example here, right? But you got to make sure you do all of them, even if they're wrong, right? Even if they're losers, like this one was a winner, right? But make sure you do all of them. Like this one, you see this, 2 or 3 candles consolidation. It pushed down. This one didn't. Yeah, it did. When it pushed a little push and then it dropped. Um, so um, you could do that, right? If we go on Nvidia, right? Just if you scroll over maybe a few years back and then just go back and just put all the ideas that you have in a spreadsheet, right? Like for example here, I could see one, two, it gapped down, it pushed up to this level, and you remember they need to be overextended, right? Um, right, we have a few right here, one, two. This day didn't quite, it was not did not gap down, but on this day it did gap down. So now we know that all these guys are underwater, push up to this level, and then you start putting lines where you might think you have an edge, or where you a line where you want the market to push up to short into, and just always remember to always that's just for the entry. What I'm telling you is an entry, but also your risk, right? Entry, and then where your stops are going to be, and then your profit, you take profits, right? So there is a lot. I mean, just going around, just cherry picking the ones that I see, but you know, focus on like stocks that are like overextended, like I said. For example, I could see one here. See how it's when once it starts um, consolidating here. Maybe you know this day it washed down, so you didn't have a trade here. But on this day, maybe a push up to one of these levels, right? And then wash down. I don't know. I mean, I gotta check. You gotta see, but yeah, you can easily find something like that. Find and make a strategy behind a strategy that works, right? Like for example, here you see you can clearly see a line here that buyers are defending. Once it gaps down, you know, you just wait for a push up, and then you know, and then you could write it down. Right here we have another setup here, but as you can see, it never gapped down, right? It pushed up from there, and right. Let's look for another one right here. You see three. It gapped down right at that level, so you could see this one and see that we didn't have a push, but it still went down. So maybe you could find if you for a push down and a push up to a VWAP to perhaps uh, find a way to enter, right, with a proper risk and entry risk, and then targets. Same here, look, right? We didn't gap down, but it's right at the level, and as soon as it breaks, she's gonna go, right? So you could find a lot of examples here, right? You can find a lot of examples that that you could use to backtest and try to sample all of them and the stocks that you want to trade, and you'll be able to see that you'll be surprised you could find quite a few, and this is just one strategy. So like I said, focus on entries, stops, and targets. And Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. That's how I find my edge, and that's how I'm more confident taking these trades because I back test them, and I see their psychology behind. It's not just technical analysis. So these patterns work because they just they have to work. Not all the time, but above 60%. So that basically 50%. That's all you need if you have a proper risk to reward. So all right, guys. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm gonna make another video for the longs for those of you who don't like going short. Um, but yeah, this is a cool idea to, I guess, at least to get you started on finding something that might work for you, right? All right, guys. So talk to you later.